Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too-big-to-fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. Well, I don't know if I completely understand why Jack Dorsey's very first tweet is worth $2.5 million because, I mean, people are actually wanting to buy this, and what they'll get is a digital certificate allowing them to lay claim to the tweet that Jack made back in 2006.
See, when I saw the story, I was like, whoa, I thought, wow, Jack, the guy who founded Twitter, has never tweeted. I thought you were buying his first tweet, meaning that you get to put out the first tweet. And I'm like, well, that's kind of fun. Now you could be in charge of his Twitter page. Because I don't pay attention to Jack Dorsey on Twitter. And then I realized, no, people are buying the tweet that he put out. That seems so weird.
Yeah, your idea is a better idea. I mean, even still, for $2.5 million, just to be able to go, hi, I'm pretending to be Jack. All right, if you got the cash.
Then I was trying to figure out, like, what would I tweet? And I think I would just say, hey, follow my friend at I'm Steve Miggs on Twitter.
Right.
I was like, if I'm going to do something, I think that would probably be my most beneficial thing to do.
Yeah, there's going to be an auction, and the winner's going to get this digital certificate. And by the way, here's what the tweet is. Jack Dorsey wrote back in 2006, just setting up my Twitter, but he spelled it TWTTR. That's what you get for $2.5 million. And I guess it's...
Can we all have it if I just screen grab it and save it on my phone?
Yeah, I guess, right? But you don't have the digital certificate.
That's true.
Okay, buddy? I guess now it's part of this thing they call non-fungible tokens, NFTs, and I don't know even what that's all about.
Dude, I don't know either, but I was just talking to Vicky about this last week because I saw that the Kings of Leon, the band, they were putting out their record, but they were originally putting it out. They're going to be the first band to release an album as an NFT. And I'm like, what is an NFT? And then I started reading about it. I'm like, I just read probably 4 paragraphs about this thing, and I still don't know what it is.
Does anybody know?
Because I don't get it either. I have no idea what it means.
Now, Rev, you played a lot of World of Warcraft.
See, I thought if anyone knows, it's Rev.
Yeah. Did you have any NFTs in that when you were looting and plundering?
It's something. It's a cryptocurrency.
Yeah,
I think.
Okay. Kind of. Yeah, they say it's a type of cryptocurrency.
Yeah, it says that, I mean, according to this story, they say an NFT is created using blockchain technology, the same tech behind digital currencies like Bitcoin. Yeah. I don't even though they just said what that is, I don't know what they mean.
It looks like, and it's this article I just quickly looked up, NFTs can really be anything digital, such as drawings, music, or they say your brain downloaded and turned into an AI.
So kind of like how it is with money, with cryptocurrency, where you don't have actual physical money in your hand. This is the same thing. You don't have a physical piece of art or a tweet. Like, you have the digital thing of it.
But I think with like Bitcoin, you can at least sell it or get money in return at some point or another. But they're saying that non-fungible means that you can't exchange it for money.
Well, what the hell are you going to do with it if you can't rip off other people for
right?
it? Yeah.
So can you exchange it for other like NFTs or like
Or
crypto?
other art, I suppose.
Oh, really? So you can't even get more other Bitcoin, according to your interpretation? I mean, granted,
But we're also idiots, so I have no
yeah,
idea.
that's very.
Because with the Kings of Leon one, it's like they're only putting out a certain amount as this NFT, and then it's a collector's item, I guess.
Oh,
Yeah.
and are you going to be able to share it with anybody? I mean, it's audio, right?
Well, you can still get the record. Like, I can still get the record. That's the funny part. I think maybe you get it ahead of everyone, and then there's like other incentives that come along with it. Like it's probably something that's really cool if like you're a super fan of the band. You could get like, I guess it holds assets like art, tickets, and music as well. I don't know.
And it kind of, think of it kind of like trading cards. So yeah, you have your little digital thing of what it is, and you could theoretically, I guess, trade that with another person, but it's still the digital copy of whatever it is. You don't own the original.
I guess since they're trying to get us to get away from paper and plastics and everything, that if everything is digital, then at least there will be no waste. You know what I mean? Like you'll just basically have a big screen in your room, and here's all my collectibles, rather than like all of the physical copies of anything.
I can't eat a digital roll of sushi though, so I don't know what the hell that's going to.
Yeah, you're gonna have a problem with that, Steve.
So since you can sell the certificate to other people, this just guarantees that it's authentic. Do you guys play this fun game I do where I'm like, am I going to be alive long enough to really care about this? Like, I start having those moments in my life where I'm like, this NFT, this, that, and the other thing. I'm like, is this going to be that important before I am gone? And I'm starting to feel like it will be, because it's happening rather quickly. But I'm like, man, do I have the energy to want to learn about this stuff?
Oh boy!
This is interesting now, because people are making like digital, literally trading cards of themselves. Logan Paul, he actually made a Pokemon card of himself and sold it for $17,000.
Yeah, there's a 10-second video by digital artist Beeple. I don't even know who that is.
Oh, Beeple? Come on, BJ. Everyone knows Beeple.
Steve, to answer your question, by the way, Beeple's his video, a 10-second video by
Beeple for the people, man.
Beeple for the people. That 10-second video sold for $6.6 million last week. That's why people have started paying attention to this whole NFT trend.
Oh, BJ, I found something for you, buddy.
Oh, yeah?
It looks like William Shatner put out some NFT collectibles.
I can't believe it.
And maybe one of them included an x-ray of his teeth?
Oh, man. See, Shatner is always on the cutting edge of something. He finds a way to insert himself into everything new and makes himself relevant. Of course, he's part of this whole thing. Yeah, it's an online gallery, they're saying. That's how owners they're going to be their new gallery. They'll have their own NFT online gallery. And rather than showing you their book collection, they'll just show you stuff online, and you can say, look, there's my Beeple thing I paid $6.6 million.
Maybe something along the lines of like a virtual reality gallery or something along those lines. You log into the Oasis and you go check out all my sweet NFT trading cards.
Yeah, and I guess if you're the only one that has it, but I mean, with hacking the way it is, I'm sure someone will find a way to take my stuff.
Dude, this Beeple guy, his name's Mike Winkelman, and he's like sold other crypto art for like $500,000. This guy's doing okay with his digital art.
Yeah, 6.6 then. How about him? I mean, that's a huge score for him.
I do agree with this texter. Guys, it's Monday. Ease up on the brain stuff.
Right?
Oh, yeah. And Steve, I don't know about you, but to answer your question for me, I don't think I'll be around long enough. I'm counting on it. I won't be around long enough to care about this.
Remember when trading cards had like the cool hologram things, and I thought those were neat?
Yes.
Yeah.
And now this.
Oh, yeah.
I'm old.
Yeah, you officially know how old you are when this seems to be like too much. The video game Call of Duty, let's bring it back to something we know, okay? Call of Duty helped actually catch an escaped convict. How did Call of Duty do this? Well, Steve's going to tell you. He's got the Migs Report for you at 6:17 on The Rock.
You said duty.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too big to fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
New on Curiosity Stream. Deformed trees, mutated wildlife, and no humans for miles. 10 years after the disaster at Fukushima, see what this irradiated ecosystem can teach us about nuclear fallout on Radioactive Forest. Plus, looking for the most diverse marine life on the planet? Dive into the Coral Triangle and experience a frenzy of wildlife you've got to see to believe on nature's greatest secret. It's all on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle.
Well informed on the issues of the day?
Nope.
Not this guy. Live from the KISW News Center in downtown Seattle, this is the Miggs Report.
Well, thanks, you guys. Thanks to Advanced Hair Restoration for giving us the Miggs Report. And today's the day to celebrate Vicky, to celebrate Sarah. It's National Women's Day. Actually,
wow.
International Women's Day, so we can celebrate you in Russia as well.
Yay!
Oh, yeah, Russia.
All right, if you had to celebrate one woman that's not related to you.
Oh, that's not related to
It
me.
can't be like a family member, a wife, a girlfriend. That's just a random woman. Who would you celebrate?
All right, I'm going to actually throw somebody out there who I think needs a lot of love today. Amanda Gorman, the poet laureate. Who?
Okay, yeah.
She
had to deal with some BS just recently.
Exactly. You're absolutely right, Steve. That's why I just want to throw her a lot of love because she's amazing, and that's the first person that came to my mind.
Oh, yeah, I feel weird saying Riley Steele now, so I'm going to have to change that. I'm going to go with,
I should've gone last.
Man, son of a beeswax.
Yeah. Son of a beeswax, everybody. Dad's in the house.
The lead singer of the Last International. I just love her. I think she's an awesome person.
Yeah.
Incredible voice, and it's Delilah Paz, so I'm going to give a shout out to her. Check out their music if you just want some good blues-driven hard rock music.
Good
The
call.
Last International, you can't go wrong. All right, Vicky.
Do they have to be living?
No.
Okay, then Frida Kahlo. She's a Mexican artist. She's the one with the unibrow.
Oh, yes, okay.
Yeah.
That's an awful way to...
I know, but
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Her imagery is everywhere nowadays. A lot of people have been celebrating her, which is awesome. She has a very troubled history, but beautiful art and just very fascinating individual. So that's mine.
Brad.
That's good.
Oh, man, we're going back and forth just on some fun ones and some serious ones.
I know.
Well, I'm going back to fun because I'm going with Aubrey Plaza.
Oh, she's
From Parks and Rec, and was the voice of Grumpy Cat in the Christmas movie.
Rest in peace, Grumpy Cat.
Aubrey, I love her. She's a good actor, dude.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Yeah, that's a good call.
All right, Joe. Celebrating women. International Women's Day. Who you celebrating?
Well, I just finished watching WandaVision over the weekend, so I'm going to go with Elizabeth Olsen.
Nice.
Oh, very
man.
good call.
Once you said something that you're watching, I know you and I, we both love Money Heist. I'm going to have to go with just Tokyo. Oh, that's a woman you need to celebrate.
Great choice, Steve.
Nairobi as well.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with either of them. So I guess it depends on which direction you want to go with this on BJ.
Wow, Riley Steele, Tokyo, The Last International. Yeah, all right.
All right. And it's also
Good
National
call.
Be Nasty Day.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
So whatever that means for you, be it. Actually, they're talking about people being rude and mean. So really don't do that. That's not nice. That's every day for you, BJ.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
All right, well, let's talk about this 36-year-old guy. His name is Clint. He's from England, and last year he was serving a 17-year prison sentence for robbery and gun charges. Was set to end in 2024, so he still had a few more years to go. Well, in November, he escaped.
Oh.
And I guess earlier this year, he was bored, hiding out from everybody, so he decided to play Call of Duty, the game. Problem is that he left his house, while he's trying to hide from everybody to go purchase the game. That's when somebody spotted him. A couple of cops spotted him as well. They started asking him some questions. That's when he kicked one of the cops in the groin, which is always a good thing to do. Eventually he got handcuffed, and now he's back in prison with an extra 13 months added to his... That's all, though. 13 months added to his sentence.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like we should talk. I don't think this guy should ever get out.
Oh, they timed it that way he'll be out in time for the new Call of Duty game.
Oh, that's what it is.
I don't know when that exactly is going to be. But this is a weird story about just how our world has changed. For years, you go to sporting events or any kind of live event that has one of those jumbotrons, and at some point, they're going to play the old kissing cam game, right?
Yes, they are.
I have been on the kissing cam multiple times, which is the craziest thing. I've been in a few WWE events. In fact, my wife and I are on one of them that was on television, which was crazy when it happened. But also like at the Thunderbirds game or the Silvertips game before. It's just, I have good luck when it comes to the kiss cam. Well, it's gone. It's not going to happen anymore, at least not in Milwaukee. I think they're going to probably do this in a lot of places. They're getting rid of the kiss cam because of, well, social distancing and all that type of stuff. But what they're bringing in, I don't know if the staying power is going to be very long with this one, BJ. The Milwaukee Bucks have replaced it with the hand sanitizer cam.
Oh, yes, that is just as romantic.
It's just a fun video where it looks like people are getting sprayed with hand sanitizer. They're not walking around spraying people, but it's still kind of odd.
Well, what do they do? Take the T-shirt cannon and just fill it with hand sanitizer? How are they doing this?
Well, it's like a fake video, like that's kind of put over you, and then like with animation, it looks like you're getting squirted.
Oh,
yeah. You know what? Maybe they should keep it.
Yeah. I don't know. The squirt cam sounds really odd because eventually, or if you might not know what is he getting squirted with?
So speaking of basketball, Joe, were you paying attention to the All-Star game at all?
I did.
So the jerseys were disgusting, especially the yellow one.
Yeah, it was not a great showing.
And was it Zion Williamson had an easy slam dunk that he just couldn't even get on? It was like, I saw the video of that, and that was pretty funny.
Yeah, dude, and LeBron didn't even want to play in it, so there was a lot of weird things going on. The dunk contest was lame, but, I love basketball, so I watched it anyways.
Something to watch. Also, college basketball is going on. There was a big game between Iowa and Wisconsin. I bring it up because during the game, I guess towards the end of the game, there was just a bunch of issues going on with officiating, and they were doing a bunch of, reviews on some calls, to the point where it seemed like they were stopping nonstop to have the officials look at the review videos to see what was going on. And one person that was upset with it was the color commentator for the game, Donnie Marshall. And I just love how he goes on a tangent about the game, but it turns into him complaining about his wife on national television.
I can see they got a little tangled up there.
Adam, how many times are we going to this monitor, man?
Yeah, it's 4 or 5 times today, yeah.
Let's go to the monitor, It's like watching a movie with my wife. It's like, pause. She keeps talking. Okay, pause. What now? Pause. What now? We don't need to keep going here. Let's just get through this.
Yeah, DJ and Bo are both...
Yeah, he's doing a comedy routine from about 30 years ago. Good job, buddy.
Well, it's something I think people can relate to.
Yeah.
I don't hit pause, though. When my wife starts talking about stuff, you just have to ride the storm.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's just like you just have to accept. I mean, because you hit pause, and that typically will piss somebody off. Because then what happens next is you're like, well, if you stop talking, I wouldn't hit pause, and then that just goes down a bad road.
Yeah, it sure does.
My wife likes to play the game of just as soon as we watch a movie, I almost have to Wikipedia it so I know what these actors have been in before. Because as soon as somebody pops up on the screen, she's like, who's that guy? Where's he from? I'm like, I don't know. You're asking the wrong person for that because I'm clueless.
This is just another way your wife and I are alike, and I know you hate to say that, but I do that all the time.
No, there are times where I think, I'm like, man, if BJ was here, he'd rattle off every single show that this person's been on. It would just completely make her happy to know that.
Yeah, well, I use IMDb, Steve. It's a lot easier than Wikipedia, if you want that as a clue.
That's a good point. That's a very good point. Yeah, I mean, it happened during Coming to America we were watching over the weekend, which we can talk about after the Mix Report, I'm sure. But,
okay.
Yeah, so that was what was going on. The Mariners, they tied a bunch of games over the weekend, but then they lost yesterday 6-2. All spring training against the Angels. They played Cleveland at noon today. I have to bring this up, BJ, because your Boston Bruins lost to my New Jersey Devils on television. It was a game that was on national television for a change.
Yeah, you're the guy that goes, I don't know, I just grab whatever shirt I have. And I thought it was interesting today, you just proudly walk in with your Devils shirt on.
Fully intentional this go round. I picked it out last night and everything. I'm like, I'm wearing my Devils shirt to troll BJ. They beat them 1-0.
Yeah.
Shout out to Scott Wedgwood from the Devils for getting the shutout. Also, shout out to the Devils. Their slogan for the team should be New Jersey Devils. We've got wood. Because Scott Wedgwood's their goalie. Their other goalie is Mackenzie Blackwood. And then they have a player named Miles Wood on their team.
Wow, there's a lot of wood on your team.
Thank you. When they win.
By the way, dude, the Devils would be champions if they could just play the Bruins all year. Because you guys have got like a 3-game. That's the third game in a row you beat us.
You know what? I think you're right. Yeah, because they lost the first time, and then ever since then they beat them.
Yeah, I know. I thought that this wasn't cool, man. Just want to let you know. But okay, congratulations.
Cool, as far as weather, we've got a high of 52 degrees. It's going to be cloudy today. That's the Mix Report, and that's what's up.
Okay, so you saw Coming to America. Anybody else?
I think the Rev did too.
Absolutely.
And we even got an email from Chris. Chris emailed us, said, "Hey, Steve, I watched the movie over the weekend, Coming to America, the number 2. I got to say, it was all right. A little bit of a throwback to the original, and the story seemed to fit. Although it was a tad predictable, I laughed more than I thought. 7 out of 10.
Oh, all right. I mean, I saw that they had a lot of new people in there, a lot of cool actors, besides just, obviously Eddie and Arsenio.
They had the dude from Superior Donuts. I realized that because my wife, as soon as we started watching, she goes, "Who's that guy? Where's he from?"
Guy?
And I was like, "Yeah, he looks familiar. I don't know who he is." And then I'm like, "Oh, it's from our show, Superior Donuts, that we like that got canceled."
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, but well, at least he found a good gig.
I'm curious what the Rev thought, because he's the movie snob.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
Oh boy!
I didn't I was like, do we need to go back and watch the original? And fortunately enough, no, because there's enough flashbacks in this one that kind of keep you up to speed with everything. Some of the jokes kind of fell flat.
Oh,
but overall, there were some laugh out loud moments. So yeah, I think what Chris said, 7 out of 10. I think I'd give it probably a good 7 out of 10.
Yeah, dude, based on the previews, I thought we were walking into a pile. And honestly, I didn't even think we were going to watch it because we didn't want to rewatch Coming to America. My wife has never seen the original. So I was like, I don't know if she's like, let's just watch it. If it sucks, I'll tell you. And just let me know if I'm missing anything. And honestly, you don't need to see the original to appreciate this one. Although I think if you saw the original, you would realize that this one is like the ultimate love letter to the original. It was such a great nod to the original film, and it was super fun. It was not going to, it's not going to win any awards. And, if I saw it in theaters, I would be very disappointed in my financial decisions. But for a movie that was on Amazon Prime, it was great.
Wesley Snipes actually made the movie for me. I thought his General, Izzy or whatever was so freaking funny. And anytime he was on the screen, he stole it.
Arsenio Hall, not as Arsenio Hall, but the characters that he was made up to look like Arsenio Hall was awesome in this movie.
Oh, that's cool, because I haven't really seen a whole lot of Arsenio these days.
Yeah, I know, and I was even thinking that while watching, I'm like, man, this guy is entertaining. Even when he was dressed as that, crazy old dude in the movie, it was just like, dude, I think you would enjoy it, BJ.
Okay, you think I would enjoy it. You kind of liked it. Rev thought it was pretty good, and I would be questioning my decisions if I actually paid money to see it.
Yeah, so that means that I think you'd enjoy it.
Alrighty then.
Yeah, you know what? When you say that out loud, don't bother.
I mean, don't look at the Rotten Tomatoes and then base it off of our review.
Rotten Tomatoes was not kind to Coming to America too?
Tomato Meter's giving it 52%.
Oh, all right. It's not horrible.
And the audience scores 48%.
Oh, wow. The audience hates it worse than the critics?
Just a little bit.
Wow.
Yeah, I saw a couple of my buddies that they turned it off after 15 minutes into the movie. They thought it was so bad. I was like, I guess my expectations for films and my taste is the bar is set pretty low, so it takes a lot for me to turn something off.
And I feel like Facebook was very split. It was one or the other. It was either they loved it, this is the greatest movie of the year so far, or this is hot garbage.
Huh. The problem, I think, is that unfortunately it was also the season finale of WandaVision, and so you got Coming to America, which is and then you got WandaVision, which people are just raving about the season finale of WandaVision, as well as the entire series. By the way, if you haven't seen Fallon Vision, just look that up. Jimmy Fallon's bit that he did about WandaVision was really very entertaining. And we'll probably talk about that a little bit later as far as what WandaVision was. But I think that might be a problem, is that you see something that folks think is just fantastic quality on one thing, and then you go, all right, I'll go. Like, I know Rev went to watch, he's done both. He watched WandaVision and he did watch Coming to America. And I think that's tough when you see something that is really, really well done, and then you go to something that's okay.
Well, I mean, I watched Coming to America a little bit later in the night. I watched it Friday night after WandaVision and everything else. I had a couple of, what do you call them, Steve? A couple of pops in me.
Yes.
And so I had a lot more fun with it. It's a good, fun, late night, don't think too hard and remember fun times movie.
Okay, Rev said he had a couple of pops. Steve, how about you? Because you have the kids, so I think you're probably not having a whole lot of pops anymore.
No, I'm completely sober, and it took us 2 days to watch it.
Okay, then.
Only because my wife fell asleep. See, now it's not about me.
Yeah, we have to have
as a good husband, I hit pause and said, you know what, we'll revisit this on Sunday, and we did.
Shouldn't they tell people before you watch a movie whether it would be better altered or not? I think that would help out the critics. That would help out a lot of people that watch it, because I watch a lot of movies sober, and I probably shouldn't.
No, this isn't like Schindler's List. This is Coming to America, a sequel to a movie that was done 30 years ago. I think we know that you're going into it it's not going to be like a game changer. Like you can
Totally.
go in under the influence.
But I bet you would have loved it better, Steve, if it was like old Steve and you could, have a couple of beverages or whatever.
Yeah, I can see what you mean, but the movie flew by. It was granted, it took
2 days.
2 days.
The movie flew down. Oh, really? How long did it take you to watch it? 2 days.
Quick watch in 2 days.
I don't know. I mean, Steve.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how to really regard your critiques, but I'm going to take it with like an entire bag of salt. That's what I'm going to do. It flew by, but it took me 2 days.
One person said you guys are rookies when it comes to scores. I'd give Coming to America a 6.9. Nice.
There we go.
Good call.
That's
Good
what we're
call.
looking for. Oh, that's awesome.
Someone else said, hey, if you add the audience and critic scores together, it makes a perfect 100.
Oh, I hadn't thought about that.
There you go.
This is the life hack we all need. On Friday, Steve, he did get this one wrong.
Appaloosa and Morgan are both breeds of what animal?
A llama?
No.
A moose?
No, a moose.
A loose cat?
No. What?
Cow?
No.
Oh, yeah, it had 4 legs, Steve. You're right about that. The correct answer we're looking for is a horse. You want a shot at beating Steve? You got it. 206-421-ROCK. We're playing Beat Me at 648 on The Rock.
Today's podcast is brought to you by bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne, who's ready to answer your questions about bankruptcy. Travis, is it true that if you filed for bankruptcy once, you can't file again?
Even if you filed bankruptcy before, you can almost certainly file bankruptcy again. Different types of bankruptcies have different time limits between filings. In Chapter 7, full bankruptcy, you can only file Chapter 7 once every 8 years. However, you can almost always file a Chapter 13 case. Chapter 13 cases can be filed immediately following a Chapter 7. They can be filed immediately following a prior Chapter 13 case. Chapter 13 is a reorganization plan, so there will be some type of monthly payment, but it's based on your budget and your ability to afford that payment. So Chapter 13 is an option in almost all cases, even with a prior bankruptcy filing.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.